What's up guys, it's the Devil's Talon here, and in today's video we're going to be going over Mr. Savage's dominant performance en route to his second place in DreamHack EU Finals. But before I get into this VOD review guys, if you find what I'm telling you helpful or you just simply enjoy my content, please drop a like on this video, hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. But without further ado, let's get right into it. As you can see on the screen guys, we have game 1 of Mr. Savage's DreamHack Cup. And so we're going to be talking about what he does that allows him to be so successful. And these games are super stacked. There was a open round, a semifinals round, and then obviously the final round. So this is some of the best players in the world in EU, which is probably, to be honest, the best region in terms of Fortnite players. So we're going to take a look at what led him to be so successful. So we got game 1. As you can see, this game is super stacked. 48 people left in this circle. And we're going to be talking a lot about what he does. He just gets an easy pickup right there. Easy kill. Gets a guy in his box. Boom. On cancel. So he gets a nice little bit of impact frags. And you're going to always notice that usually in this first moving zone, he always usually launch pads. And I don't know where he's always finding these launch pads, but he knows something that I don't. But he gets a nice little conserved pad, and things get a little bit scuffed. It's okay. He ends up on ulti low. But notice, I'm just going to talk about something that we're going to always talk about. Look at where he's at in terms of where the circle is. Notice how this side is filled, this side is not. He always plays on dead side of zone. This is something that's very huge in stack games. And with the way the cash cups are being very placement oriented this season, it's something I would recommend you do in cash cups, in your arena games, all this stuff. Playing this dead side will always guarantee you longer life because you're not wasting as much mats. You have less chance of people 50-50ing into your boxes and all that stuff looking for refreshes because you're on dead side. So notice how he gets even more and more left, more and more towards the dead side. He's in the metal, hard mats, using that mobility to save. He's trying to harpoon RPG. Gets the guy's shield. Things are extremely laggy. And again, notice how he's on the left. And look where he goes. Again, I'm going to talk about it. Notice how he's going more and more to this left side because it's uncongested. The majority of the players are going to be over here, because he's closer to the left of this. If you divide the circle in half, he's more to the left. And so he's going even more and more left. Look at this rotate. It's really good. And again, just something you talk about. If you don't know, you should know by now. You drop weapons to reload them. This tree makes things extremely awkward, unfortunately. But again, you're going to see Mr. Savage. Great mechanics. Boom. Cones him. Oh, 3 HP. Unfortunate. Just needed to be a little bit more accurate with the AR right there. Got that guy off guard. Just didn't hit the shots. But just to let y'all know, Savage did lose this cup by 1 elimination point. So you're looking at a guy at 3 HP, which could have possibly netted him first place. But game 1, a top 25. So a solid start, to be honest. But not great. Notice cone peeking in metal. Tack. And now we're also going to talk about something. You notice you're going to his loadout, crash pads, and crash pads are absolutely crucial for rotations in these super stat games. I have watched a lot of VOD reviews and this season, and definitely pros are using crash pads. They're absolutely necessary. Look at this angle crosshair placement. So notice how right there he had his crosshair on his opponent in case he made an edit. Didn't happen. He hears his opponent get sniped and he runs at him like blood in the water. He uses the crash pad to try and end the fight. It doesn't really work like he expected to. And unfortunately, he gets drawn into this very long mid-game fight. Almost good attempt at the piece control, but not successful. This is really good right here. Gets him just boom. This guy does a great job of kind of getting away. And this fight's on just kind of on the edge of the circle. And he's kind of shambles on mats, and he didn't have the ton of mats. I believe that's probably why he was cone peeking. He was looking for a free pick to kind of get refreshed for the late game, because he was not going to be able to survive with those mats that he had. Gets the cone. He's just chasing. He's just chasing, playing it very slow, passive, patient. Cracks his opponent's shield right here. Using the gun to the shotgun to shoot through. And now the whole lobby is starting to third party, so he kind of backs up just a tad bit. And so opponent catches him. I don't know if he didn't have a ton of mats. His opponent, again, I think ran out of materials, had to make a play. But look, again, you're going to notice. Now, he gets very fortunate here. But look again, I want to talk about, again, look at this semicircle. Look at where he's always going. If you look at this semicircle, there's more space here, so there's more likely going to be more opponents that are occupying this space and less opponents that are occupying this space. And you're going to look, at this be true throughout. He goes for a jump snipe on this guy, misses. This guy's trying to go because he's at max distance rotate. And again, having a pad, going to be big. But catches some guy. Only hits him from 96, finishes, boom, cracks this kid for 96 as well. Really good aim, but he looks. He doesn't even take the chance of pissing away all of his mats, right? Look at how far he has to go. He's going to burn all those in this super stacked 50-player lobby if he just doesn't immediately pad. And look, he's going to stick where? He's going to go stick to the left because he knows nothing over here, and boom, he gets into zone, and he gets another max distance. But look what he has again. He has crash pads. Again, rotating these super stat games with crash pads is absolutely vital. And look where everyone's on the congested side. Look where Savage is going. He's hugging. He's getting ahead. He's hugging the left side. He gets beamed right here, but he gets a nice little refresh right there on someone who gets beamed in the back. And look, he has 500 metal now, and he got the rest of that brick. That guy was stacked, so that's a huge impact. So he knows it goes up. Boom. He just uses these crash pads. So good. He tarps in a little bit. He's right on edge. Looks back. Really good. Looking back here, he's ahead. This is what being ahead can do for you. So gets some valuable loot. And again, I'm going to talk about this. So one thing I'm going to be noticing with a lot of these pros is that they like the early game, mid game. You like the charge. If you have the charge, you like the charge. But man, this late game, when everything's so stacked and so congested, having this purple tack is really, really good because it gives you more room for error, right? If you miss your charge, unless you're really god tier aim with your sub, and the other person also has a charges and whiff or doesn't hit you that hard, usually that's not going to be good. But when you have this tack in close boxes, it's going to be really easy. Not really easy, but I'm saying you have more room for error. You can miss a couple shots. You can hit not as hard because, again, you could just rapid fire with it. So, boom, he crash pads one more time. Doesn't really get the distance he probably wanted. But good layer switch. And then he gets in. Notice 2 boxes for space and angles. Dropping his guns to reload. And finally, he gets his own. But he also has crash pads. Always looking at for angles and picks. He's going to, since he has rotation, he's going to sit back and wait. And look for any possible frags he can get later on. And then he keeps crash padding up to different layers. And again, look, he's playing on the dead side. Look where the zone is. He's going to have no one to his right. That's why no one's third party. Again, look at this. You cut the semicircle in half. Look, most people are going to be over here because the circle was over there. But look, he has everyone only on this side to worry about. And then he just crash pads, boom, to high ground. He gets a little bit beamed. Drops his shotgun in case to reload. He gets enough health to rotate. And look, he's on dead side. He doesn't have to do a full tarp. He kind of leaves that entire side open again. And that's what playing on dead side is going to do. The most impressive thing I've seen with Savage is just his rotational knowledge. It's something you don't really see from Savage. You're just so wowed by his insanely high sense and mechanics. He's got a high on high ground, and so boom, as you continue to see as he moves, he's again moving to that dead side where the zone is right next to him. So he doesn't have to worry. He could focus just on simply one direction and save materials. He's in wood here. I'm a little bit surprised you took this risk just in case he gets spammed out. Because if he's in wood, he's going to get frag, boom. Ooh. Nice, really good. Low ground, the guy probably didn't have a ton of mats. Yes, looked like it was probably out of mats right there. Emotes on him, that's kind of funny. Emoting, we love it. But this game is already great. 4 kills, top 5. Wow, that shot is nuts. That shot is just pure raw skill, raw aim mechanics. But no builds. Plays a little bit behind. Let's see if he can find anybody. Misses a couple shots, but doesn't matter. That's a great game, right? A top 5 performance, 4 kills. You're definitely going to take that in the finals round. So we're looking at game 3. Again, look, early game, we have that nice little charge shotgun. We have those crash pads. Gets an easy crack on this guy. And things, ooh, 25. And this is where things get awkward. You're now in a box. And I love the decision to crash pad out of here. Get some space, heal up. You don't have the most amount of mats. Good, holding that angle. Look at that angle in case that opponent was still there. And then the guy catches the other guy. Boom. Sorry, I didn't say that very well. He catches the other guy not paying attention. And then he crash pads right here. Boom, abusing the crash pads. Almost kind of whiffs his shots a little bit, but does end up getting the elimination. The main thing I'm seeing is just his rotation is really, really good. Now you're going to get to see him on the Fortnite Live. He gets one little bit tag on this player. Decides to maybe push and see how it is. Maybe looking again for this. Looking for a refresh maybe again because we're not too great on materials. Because of that last fight. But to be honest, this guy's looking a little bit lost. Good mechanics from Savage there. Good decision. Wow. Just kind of catches the guy holding his charge a little bit too long. Savage is able to take high ground. Good attempt at the piece control. 1 pickaxe swing. Good pre-fire attempt read. Jumping back to the left to make sure he doesn't get hit. He just cone slided into his box. Doesn't hit his edits there. Says he's got the perfect ideal. He's fighting Steelix, who just won the Cash Cup. Ooh, cone slide really big right there. Another cone slide. Unfortunately, that I got caught underneath. He gets a couple tags, so now he's at a huge advantage. Then boom, crash pad it into the box. GG's, and it's so good. All pros right now are using the crash pads. He gets a refresh of his crash pads, gets some more mats. Not as much as he probably wanted, just because how long that fight took. Look how little mats he is this end game right now. But again, launch pads, that first moving. And just does a great job of waiting this through. Then it goes to dead side again. Look where the zone is right next to him. Gets a couple frags. Gets a couple tags. Again, looking back, this is going to be so good. He's really shambles in terms of materials. He's going to get a little bit more here. Make sure no one's behind. He really is going to need an impact here. The game was just kind of shambles due to his earlier W king. Wasn't able to refresh the mats like he wanted. Now he's got to kind of hope he catches someone off guard, which is exactly what he does. He gets a really good refresh right there. That's so huge. And now look, obviously taking chili peppers because they're so good for mobility. And look, he goes to these dead sides. Look, there's no one over here. There's no one down here. He's on ulti low, and he's running around with his crazy little chili pepper. But he just keeps hugging. Again, splitting the semicircle and just hugging the side of zone. That's going to be the shortest. And it's going to be the least congested. And look, you don't see anyone near his lair. I love him going up right here. Because now he's not having to worry about that congestion. His mats usage is so good. Boom, he's on that dead side. Gets right in. Boom. Boom, gets some cracks on this player. Boom, finishes it. Get another refresh. Again, he's still, if you look on the semicircle, this is just the best thing. Picks up another guy that looked lost, no mats. But again, if you split the semicircle, he's always hugging the side that's least congested. He doesn't have to worry about anyone coming from his right because they're going to be in storm the entire time. Unfortunate crash pad right there that kind of yeeted him a little bit further away. Again, dropping his shotgun right there. Again, he's dropping the shotgun to reload. Oh, that's so unfortunate. He was so close. Savage is kind of just, again, when you look at this view, he's just kind of chilling on low ground, letting these guys do whatever. I do apologize, guys. There was an ad. So no materials. He's just kind of, again, look at this guy. This guy tries to crash pad in. Then he cracks him. And then it's a 1v1. He does get taken out, but that's insane. That's 6-7 kill dub and second place. Now this is just unfortunate. Again, look at this charge shotgun early. Again, you want that charge shotgun early. And look at his mobility again. Doesn't have a pad. Not a big deal. He has the crash pads. He has the peppers for this late game movement. And as you can see, it's first moving. And so why, you're going to ask, why is he building out of wood in late game? The answer is he just found some, I guess, 500 wood hanging around. And just maybe was lucky to have a player eliminated around him. And so he's just maximizing all the builds that he can. Because everything is so congested, you're not really going to have to worry. And again, look, he's on that side. And so he's just going to sit here. He's looking for picks, constantly trying to find information, looking for picks. Just cone peeks. And again, he has mobility, so there's no point for him to just wait super duper long. And immediately goes to dead side. Look at that. He doesn't wait to go ahead. He prioritizes the dead side. And that's the biggest thing to take away from this VOD review. Is he goes to dead side where no one's going to be. Not have to worry about it. Gets an easy crack on this guy that just kind of bounces on his head. Gets a refresh. And now he's almost max materials. Gonna eat a chili. And then crash pad a little bit awkward. But the chili's going to kind of save him a little bit. And now he's in fully. Look, he's 5-4-4, really healthy on materials, especially for moving zones. He moves up a layer. So again, another long rotate. He's got one crash pad to use. And look, just cone peeking, waiting. His mechanics are just so fast. Just accompany this rotational knowledge of the mechanics is what makes him so dang good. He crash pads up to height. Beautiful, beautiful use of the crash pad. And then look what he gets. He gets Mr. Mythic Launcher, Mr. OP, with some floppies to go along with it. Double eats it. Takes kits. And again, the only time P-Pros aren't prioritizing the tack is when you have this. Obviously, you want the Mythic. Because even if you tap fire, it does 100 like a pump shotgun. So now he's sitting on ulti high. Again, drops everything. Emoting. You gotta love the confidence in a really huge, big, important tournament. He's obviously a DreamHack maniac as he placed first in Anaheim and now second in this online format. And again, just pressuring second height. And he has so many mats, he doesn't have to really worry about the only thing he has to really worry about is either flopper plays or worry about the what's it called? The Mythic Grappler. So connects down here, good. He's single tarping, then pressuring second high. Just classic textbook stuff, what you want to do when you're on high ground. And there it is, you heard it. You know that the Mythic Grappler is still in play. So it's something that Savage is going to have to be cognitively aware of. And again, just pressuring. He doesn't need kills right now. Again, using what little grapplers he has. Not little grapples. Oh, it's unfortunate he gets tags there, but good thing he has the floppers. And even when he lost high ground, it's okay, right? Because he can just That crack was nuts. Again, 102 with little to no charge. He tries to get him there, but unfortunately doesn't get another top 5. This is kind of unfortunate. The guy crash pads up, RPGs him down. But you'll take that 100% of the time. He played that as pretty much as well as he can. It was unfortunate the guy was crash padding up. I did not even consider that as a play. That's really good use of that by that Become Legends player. Using crash pads to instantly take high ground and RPGing. We're going to move on to... Sorry, I don't know why I moved ahead. We're going to move on to the next game. So game number 5. So he is fighting off spawn at his drop spot, which I'm not actually sure what to call this place. But as you can see, it's probably like the old yacht. I have no idea. I've never really come over here. A little interesting taking a balloon battle. And again, look at this early game. You have that blue charge. I thought this was kind of an off spawn fight, because I'm surprised he'd be shooting it as much at the guy's builds. I thought this guy was without a mat suit. He was going to kill him. But what ends up happening is... Well, the guy was out of mats. That's why he was shooting at him so much. But the guy gets over there, splashes a bit. And this fight ends up becoming really long and frustrating for probably both players. They both are you can tell, insanely talented. Guy makes a great play. Catching Savage a little bit lacking. I love the decision here just to take the flopper, get out. I wouldn't have taken the shot. I would continue trying to get out, personally, but guy's nice little crack right there on that angle. And Savage should know that he has a mat. That was an insane crack right there, just pure raw mechanics. But Savage is definitely wanting to get these big pots off before he engages closer. So he decides to go up another layer, which is a good choice. And again, dropping his shotgun to reload it. He's going to be able to get both these bigs off. Decides not to, gets another crack. Wherever they're landing, these guys have tons of shield. Good, holding a right-hand peek right here. Kind of playing mind games. Good little clicks, edit with the blueprints out. See if you can maybe get an angle. And now using the harpoon. And I believe this guy has finally run out of materials right here. Edits down through, and great job. He just played that super duper patiently. Not a lot of materials, but eventually got his heels off. Did make a little bit of a mistake. I would say the mistake he made was just maybe being a little bit too comfortable with the double swing. He should... 65 meters, and golly, that is so frustrating if you're that guy. But again, building out of wood and a wood by one is not the best idea. He's obviously got a chili activated, and he just got fried. And then he just got lag fried. Sorry guys, I do apologize there was an ad, but again, as you can see, he's landing at the same place. And he's a lot healthier in terms of mats this time. Finds some nice little chuggies. And he's got tons of shield. He's got Peppas. I love his movement. He just isn't really content to sit in a box. Just kind of moves all around. It's never really good to jump up. He kind of... He doesn't really need to take the big, but I like it. I'm not sure if he hit him. If he didn't, it could have been for much. Yeah, 20. It's only a green one. But the... So he eats the chili? Oh, that cone was disgusting. I think the guy's out of materials. Savage has got the chili. Love this angle right here to make him hit harder. Make him harder to hit. Love how he goes right here, blocks him off, cones him. Oh my goodness, if he would have gotten that off, that would have been such a nasty clip. This fight is so... Oh, the piece control is so good. Guy had no more mats. He goes, lol, loser. Alright, but we're going to just talk about everything from this little section point on once he goes up and fights him again, because this was textbook mechanics. It was really, really, really good piece control. Just something that, again, most of this video is going to be focusing on the rotations, because that's, again, the type of players. You're not going to have tons of these W King type fights, but look at this angle he takes, nice and safe, with more protection on the right side. Doesn't get the wall. Not a problem, right? But he's still playing the angle right. He knows he has health advantage. So decides to go up, flips the ramp here, reflips it, edits through, blocks him, almost cones him. The guy phases through. It's unfortunate, but still really good drop from Savage here. He goes up. Gets blocked, goes to the side. Now this is really good. As soon as he sees him jump down, look at this. Piece control, shoots him, boom, 85 crack, and that wins him the fight. As you could tell, the guy hits him only for a little bit. I think he hit him for... Savage hit him for a little bit as well. The guy missed, and then he dies to fall damage. But that piece control really ending that fight, because I believe the player did not have any more materials, so GG's. And you gotta listen to what Savage says afterwards, because it's pretty fucking funny.
Like, you can't just be salty because I killed you last game and expect you to kill me this game. What are you doing? Stop throwing your tournament, man.
Stop throwing your tournament. Oh, I laughed out loud when I heard that the first time.
Kills or 5 points on.
He said, I'll take the 5 points. And then we're going to look here. I bet you can guess which way he's going to try and go. I'm not sure if he has a chili. Because he just yoinked in there beautifully. He didn't have a chili up. So look at this. He finds this dead side immediately. Look at this. There's no one over here. And then he just kind of... Using the chili pepper is so good. It gets him where he wants to go. And boom, he's full ahead. Look, everyone's going to be in front of him. Everyone's going to try to get where he already is. It's just really elite positioning. Now, he doesn't have any more mobility. That was a little bit scary to take. But again, he's got the heals. He probably regrets taking that look. He's lost quite a bit of heals early on. So he holds back. Gets kind of a little awkward bounce, but again, him playing this low, he's still got the chili activated, surprisingly. Good layer switch. And again, he's just on this dead side where no one is. And he's getting on this great layer, uncongested. That would have been nasty if he would have hit that. But again, as you can always see, he's hugging the storm. Always on dead side, always hugging the storm, so only has to worry about what's in front of him and to the right of him. Look at this. Boom. God, rotate. And that's really scary in wood. And he has no materials. Oh my goodness, he reads that opponent beautifully. Guy was kind of shambles. This layer is kind of awkward to build on, but again, due to his favorable zone. Nothing you could do. He's in wood. That's why you don't want to be in wood late game. It's not a horrendous game, again, based on his situation having no mobility, and that's what I've seen. You've got to take these crash pads, you've got to be using these launch pads, you've got to be using these chilies to maximize your game as long as possible. Rotation mobility is absolutely crucial in super stack games, and with trios, sorry, not trios, with these cash cups as well as DreamHack, really focusing, this is DreamHack Finals, which is going to be focused on placement heavy, obviously, but these cash cups are no different. You need to be taking this mobility. Look again, he does have a charge late, but he has one crash pad. He uses it and then finds one to recycle. Cracks this opponent. Nice little Metro Classic to get in. Holds the wall. Cracks it for 28. Gets the finish and gets a really huge important free fresh. Look at that. Not even worried. Not even concerned. He gets a little bit stuck here. But I'm telling you, you're going to look at the games where he doesn't have as much mobility. He gets one pick, and even with that refresh, because he has to go so far, he didn't have crash pads, he didn't have mobility, and he's dying a lot sooner. Sorry guys, I do apologize there was an ad, but obviously the game's with mobility. When he has mobility, he's doing a lot better. Just want to note that again, and how it's so huge. Someone just flies into his box. Oh my god. That's got to be so scary. But then he gets some crash pads out of it. He's got chilies, he's got a pad. And then boom, you notice his first moving is always pretty much a guaranteed launch pad. So he can maximize, but his mats are super healthy due to that guy flying in. And again, he gets right ahead. Builds a wide double box in metal. Good, love getting the piece control there. But doesn't 50-50. And then he goes up because he knows there's going to be awkward to try and build flat on that layer. So he goes up. Always looking for opportunities to get kills. Always looking for refreshes. Always keeping things open. He gets a favorable zone to go back. So now he's going to look back. Catches one. So he's going to go get a nice little refresh on whatever mats he can. He builds a little bit extra protection out of brick, right? Just because he got a refresh. That's scary. The guy in front of him. It's okay. He's got one flopper. And now it's going to be crash pad time. Gonna be flopper time, crash pad time, and beautiful. And again, notice where he's at again on the dead sign with the zone hugging him. That's the biggest thing to take away from what watch Mr. Savage is just stay on that dead side. It's gonna maximize all your stuff. It's insane how you could still edit with that chili pepper. I guess those speed pads are really good for you creative warriors. Chili edit courses now. Catches someone shambles on the end, easy pick. Sees if he can go down for those materials. He cannot. So he starts to rotate, and he's now in wood. He's going to probably have to wait for his last crash pad, and he conserves launch pads, or crash pads. Gets most ahead on dead. Look, he sees the launch pad right there. He cones it off. And then he conserves pads. This was the most insane sequence to me, how he was just able to maximize all his stuff right there, using what he finds. So 3 kills, getting placement. And getting so many points here. We're in the last zone, which is max. The guy's in wood, so he's going to pressure. Gets only 1 tag. He's going to have to take his chili and just kind of vibe any way he can. Gets a nice little crack here. Guy tries to crash pad out. And that's a GG's. And let's look. So Teak ends up winning it all. An insane player. GG's. But look, Mr. Savage again, like I said, 1 kill away from winning this tournament. And then you just kind of go back to that unfortunate 3 HP where he coned that player because he kills him. He gets that 1 placement point. So literally he gets that placement point and the 5 with the format in DreamHack. It's absolutely insane job from Savage. And again, just to summarize this VOD review is you need mobility, man. You gotta have it for these placement oriented Cash Cup / DreamHack, open online finals, all that stuff. Again, focus on finding ways to get mobility. So chilies, launch pads, mythic launcher, the mythic grappler, and crash pads. Obviously use all of that to your advantage. And then the number 2 big thing is his rotations were flawless, literally perfect. And if you don't believe me, Destiny Jesus titled his video Mr. Savage's flawless rotations when he VOD reviewed this. His rotations were so insanely good, and you can see he's always on dead side, which means he only has to worry about what's in front of him and what's to whatever side dead side is on. That allows him to not have to really worry about anyone coming from this side, allows him to save materials and deal with less congestion and last longer in place. But that's going to do it for the video, guys. If you did enjoy, please drop a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on post notifications, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.